Welcome to the Azure Guide video, where hands-on learning is priority one. I'm an Azure Administrator, an Azure Security Engineer, Azure Solutions Architect, as well as a Certified Kubernetes Application Developer. Welcome to my CKA series. Each series will cover a core topic of the CKA exam. This series will cover creating a Kubernetes cluster. Each topic will be a separate video. In this video, we will cover cluster node requirements. To install a cluster, qadmin is used. For this series, you'll need 3 nodes. This series will walk you through creating a 3-node cluster using Ubuntu 20.4. The control node requires 2 CPUs and 2 gigs of RAM. Worker nodes, 1 CPU and 1 gig of RAM, and swap base should be disabled. You'll need to install 2 scripts, the install container sh and kubetools sh. You can find both of these scripts at my GitHub repository. You can run this now, but do not install the scripts yet. We'll do that at a later time. This is to prep the machines to install the cluster. Okay, at all your nodes, we're going to run this command, and these 2 scripts. And again, you get these 2 scripts from cloning from my GitHub repository. Okay, we're ready for the control node setup. The swap file should be disabled, firewall disabled, and etc host file should be configured. This is the part of the CK curriculum you'll be asked to know, starting right now, meaning starting running kubeadmin init. Just one more thing before we get started. We'll also have to run a networking setup, a network add-on, if you will. I'm going to use Weave. This is installed on the master node only. And then one of the final steps is going to run the join command. And this are steps you are required to know for the CKA curriculum. All right, let's get started with the first step of creating the cluster. That's actually creating the VMs. So I made a folder called master, worker 1, and worker 2. And I downloaded the ISO for Ubuntu. And I'm now going to start creating the VMs. I'm going to do this. I've done this before, probably 3 or 4 times. But it's probably been 4 or 5 weeks. I'm going to try to do this pretty much unedited, because I feel if I make any mistakes, it might be the same mistakes you do. But if I get too many mistakes, I'll go ahead and edit them out. But my plan now is to keep some mistakes in on purpose. All right, as a learning experience. All right, so I'm going to go to... Also, the other thing I also did, and I believe this is the correct setting. I'm too lazy to go look. I made another virtual switch. I call it external. These are the settings. These are the settings I'm going to use for my cluster as of right now. All right, so I'm going to click on New, Virtual Machine. Next, the name. I'm going to call this one Master. I'm going to store it in a different location. I'm going to go down to C, cluster, master. Generation 1 is fine. Startup memory. For this one, I'm going to go 2048. I'm going to uncheck that. So it always stays right at 2048. And for my networking, I'm going to choose my external switch that I just showed you. Master is good. That looks good. 127. We have enough space to do that, I believe. How much do I have on this share? Oh, I hate this new thing now where it just goes and takes this much time. I'm going to pause. I only have, I think, 50 gigs. So I'm going to make this 20. See what happens. Install an operating system from a file. Gotta wait again because this is on E. Let's see if I can do something quick. There we go. Software. And here it is. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And connect. Might have to put the nodes in a different drive, but I think we'll get there. This is an old ProLiant server. So that's one of the disk drives where like the biggest drive was like 64 gigs, and then I got a mirror, so I'm wasting half. I'm gonna give it another minute. If it's not done, I'm gonna pause. But I got a mouse pointer. I got. Be interesting to see if your machine's faster. Again, this is a pretty old machine. If I had to guess how old, could be 8 years old. Still pretty good for learning. Alright. So we're making some progress here. Alright, we'll go ahead and install. And we want English. At least I want English. Normal installation versus minimal. Web browser, utilities, office software, games, and media players. Other options. Download, minimal installation, web browser, and basic utilities. I'm going to try to go with normal, just in case. I'm not a Linux guru. Let's see how much space we have. Well, let's actually... basic utilities. We don't need any office software. I don't need any games. So I'm going to go with minimal. Continue. Warning: this computer greatly has not detected an operating system. Would you like to do? What would you like to do? Erase disk and install Ubuntu. So that's what we're going to do. Well, that should be okay. I'm gonna New York's. Well, I'm gonna put in Kentucky. That's where I am. UCKY. I don't think it moves. My name here. I'm gonna pause. All right, here's what I typed in. Here I left it. I'm gonna require myself to log in, and I call it master. So I'll continue. And here we got the copying files. I'm going to go ahead and pause. I don't think there's anything mind-blowing here. After about 4 minutes, there's where my install is. Just to give you some kind of comparison to where you're at. Alright, I'm going to go pause again. Okay, it looks like it's finally complete now. So I'll just say restart now. Alright, you can see it's booting now. I did have to, before to get to this screen, I did have to reboot my, not reboot, but double click on my screen. Then I was asked to press enter. And that's how I got to that screen. Just to mention it. Alright, here I am. I guess I just click on it. Password. Set up live path. I'm going to say next. Can we report information? Helps developers. No. Next. Okay, I was able to log into my machine, and I want to configure the networking. And I believe I click here, settings, and wired. Do I hit that? Automatic. Oh, that looks right. Okay, I found what what I had to change in order to get this to get connected. In my Hyper-V settings, Virtual Switch Manager, external is correct. But you can see I have 2 network cards, and my plug is on number 2. So I just changed this to number 2, and I was able to get this now connected. So I should now be up and going. Settings, and it gives me my IP address, so 154. So excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so all I have to do now is create nodes 1 and node 2, and I won't video that. It's going to be the same exact procedure, and when I'm done, I'll come back. Okay, as you can see, I have worker 2 being installed right now. I have a worker 1 and a master. I'm waiting for worker 2 to finish. I'm going to go ahead and set up my Mobo Xterm so I can terminal to these servers. So I'm going to click it up. This is a free download. And it looks like I have some existing machines configured. So I'm going to just edit these. And IPs are 192.168.1. I believe it was 154 was the master. I'm going to put my name there, say OK. And edit session, probably need to rename session. And where do I put the name? Session name right there, master. All right, I believe that was, let's see if it works. Connection refused. I'm going to pause while this gets booted back up. Silly me, I've been installing the clients. I just ran the server on master. And I think that'll work a lot better. I'll go ahead and run that on worker 1. Not sure what I was thinking. All right, run the same command on worker 1. Sudo apt get install open SSH server. While that's doing that, let's go check out worker 2 if it's ready. Let's thinking about it. Let's go check out master. Now, if I go here, I'm going to close all these. If it doesn't work now, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh, I think I changed the IP address on here. Yeah, it should be 54. Well, that's looking pretty good now. I save it. Alright, now I go to my worker. This is worker 1. Let me go look at the edits. 57 is correct. Cancel there. I'm going to do rename. Call it worker 1. Worker 2, here we are, skip that, next, no, next, done. I'll do that a little bit later, remind me later, and go to terminal. And I believe, to recap, the only thing we need to do to get SSH working is this command here. Sudo where'd it go? Sudo apt get install open SSH server. While it's doing that, let's get the IP address of this machine. Oh, 158. All right, we'll cancel. Go to our sessions here. Edits 192.168.1. I think it was 158. That should be Dave. Let's do a rename worker 2. All right. I think we are now ready to roll with the actual Kubernetes setup. Not the setup for the UK for the exam, but the pre-setup for the OS. So I'm going to close that, and close that. And that, I believe, will wrap up this video. And we'll pick it up in the next video. Thanks for watching.